Hi, this is Mark at learnhowtogarden.com, and in today's episode of the 10-Minute Gardener, we're in Betty's 10-Minute Garden and we're going to be constructing a brand new deep bed. If you're not already subscribed to us at Learn How to Garden, there's a link below this video that will take you over to our website, and there, just for the cost of your email address, it means we can keep you up to date with an email every single time we put a new film up. Also, it gives you access to our monthly newsletter, which I think contains useful tips, hints, sometimes recipes, occasionally me ranting about things that get me going in gardening, but I think still worthwhile. Deep beds. The concept of a deep bed is not new. It's something that I was taught as a child, and really the concept of a no-dig bed is just a progression of it to a certain extent. A deep bed means a bed that once it's cultivated, you don't walk on it, you don't compact the soil, and the advantages of that mean that roots have a much quicker root run. It also means that you can plant things much closer together. Also, it means that you can create ideal conditions for some of those plants that are slightly more difficult to grow in the soil that you have in your allotment or your garden. And now, a lot of us will choose to surround our deep bed, especially if it's in a garden, with some sort of framework. And I've seen these frameworks advertised on the internet for astronomical prices, really, and they are easy to construct. The one we're doing today is 6 inches deep, and there's a reason for that in my mum's garden. And basically it's going to consist of 2 pieces of wood that are 3 feet long, 2 pieces of wood that are 80 inches long, and 4 pieces of 3 by 2, 6 inches long. Now, if you've got a saw, you can cut the wood yourself, but in this day and age, if you go to any of the big barns, any of the big DIY places, they will cut this for you, and it will be half the price of what you buy if you buy it as a ready-made kit. And all you actually need then is a drill and some screws and put it together. The reason for the sizing here is very simple. My mum already has 2, and she's given up a bit more of her flower garden for a very specific reason. She wants to grow some very specific vegetables in this bed. So very simply, to construct this, you take your 2x1s, make sure that it's fitting just on the end, take a screw, rest it on your knee, making sure the screws aren't that long, they're going to go through into your knee. And very quickly put it together. Now I'll just do this on all 4 sides, and we'll create basically a wooden trough. This has taken me less than 5 minutes. It's taken 16 screws, and the wood was cut for me by my local DIY shed. I'm not a DIYer, I really don't know one end of a drill from the other, but this has saved me 50% of the cost of buying this online. So it really is worth doing, and you can get a bed exactly the right size for you in your garden. Now, these are only 3 feet wide because that's the distance my mum finds easy to work. The reason you don't want them any wider is you do all the work from the sides of the bed. Once this is constructed and dug over, we're not going to walk on this at all because we want the friability, we want the sort of good drainage in this bed. And what you can do now is create within this bed the perfect growing conditions for whatever you want to grow. Now, normally, what you would do now is just double dig this in a classic fashion. So what we would do is take out a spit of soil all the way across the bed and just put it at the far end of the bed because it's going to come in last. And if you were growing 99% of your vegetables, that is what you would do. Double dig this bed. If you don't know what double digging is, there's a link below this video to a video we made earlier purely on double digging, and you can grow whatever you like in it. This bed, on the other hand, is a very specialised bed in that my mum, as we've said, doesn't want to spend any more than 10 minutes a day on this bed So this is a perennial bed, and that is a separate video that will be put up after this one.